Hey everyone, this is Adolfo Acosta. Welcome back to my channel. Thanks for visiting and watching the video today. So if you watched my last video, you'll know that I did a revisit of Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2 as a reaction video because I hadn't seen it in a while. I wanted to see if it held up. So I'm going to do it again this week. Today happens to be May the 4th as I'm recording this. It's probably going to be posted a day or two later. Because it's May the 4th be with you and also with you. I'm going to go back and watch Star Wars The Last Jedi. Now, Star Wars The Last Jedi is a pretty controversial film amongst the Star Wars fans. It's pretty divisive, to say the least. A lot of people hate it, a lot of people love it. Not a lot of people in the middle, to be honest. I haven't seen this movie probably since 2018 when I got the Blu-ray of it. Um, and I remember, and that was probably the second time I had seen it, and I enjoy the film. I actually really enjoy the film. Now it's been 4 years since I've seen it. And maybe on this rewatch, I'll maybe see a lot of the flaws that people see in it. And I'm not saying it doesn't have flaws, but I think the vitriol and the anger that came out about this film was ridiculous. If you didn't like it, people got so mad about it. So mad. Like there have been bad Star Wars movies before, people. Why'd you get so mad about this one? Anyway, so I'm gonna go back and watch or rewatch Star Wars Last Jedi. Um yeah, oh, and by the way, before we get started, um, YouTube is kind of a bitch when it comes to DMCA takedowns. So any scenes that I'm reacting to that have like the iconic Star Wars music is those are going to be muted because I they'll be all over. And with all that said, grab your preferred movie snack of choice, your preferred beverage of choice, and let's watch Star Wars: The Last Jedi. Long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. Bam, ba-da-da, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da-da. I love this shot. I think it's cool that you can see like a space battle from the ground and it like looks like blue against the sky like that. I mean, I think these are cool ships. This is the Dreadnought, I think, right? Yeah, it just looks cool. I like that since the Empire, the First Order has gotten much more diverse, including having women in the outfit. Oscar Isaac is a damn handsome man. General Hugs. I don't know why I never noticed that one before. That's hilarious. Daisy. Sorry, my dog's freaking out. I love this bit actually. I think it's hilarious, and I know people had a problem with some of the comedy, but I mean, Star Wars has always had silly, goofy moments. This is hilarious. Hey, she doesn't like the movie. Yeah, he's insane. He might not just. He probably has a plan though, buddy. I'm sorry. This space battle's cool. Daisy. See, I think this movie has really great visuals. I think its strongest suit is its visuals, to be honest. Sorry, I keep looking back to see what my my dog is up to. All right, so see, we start with the one of the main kind of sub stories of the movie with Poe acting headstrong and Leia trying to be his kind of trying to be his mentor and tell him to like not be so foolhardy. It started early on in the beginning of this film here.
Wipe that nervous expression off your face, 3PO.
God bless Carrie Fisher. Okay, so this is another thing I've heard people complain about when he just said bring the bombs, and people are complaining about that wouldn't work in a space battle. Yeah, but you also don't have sound effects in space, so I mean, it's fine. That looked like James Corden. A lot of people would probably want to do that to him. I like this dude's like speech pattern. Target their cruiser. Target their cruiser. Bombardiers. Yeah, okay, again, I know. It wouldn't work like this in space. I get it. But it's cool. Look at it. They're gonna drop and all, yeah, explodey and stuff. I love these visual effects here. These look really nice. I haven't talked in a while because I've been like sucked in. This is so fun. I mean, that transition is new for Star Wars. That's not a transition they would have done before, or like like a cut to a black, and then waking up from someone else's perspective. It's a new shot. It's a new for Star Wars. Like Ryan Johnson directed the hell out of this movie. I mean, these sequences are fantastic. Seriously, that's so cool. And you guys know I'm a sucker for heroic sacrifices. You can see Daisy tooling around back there. I I love that dude's face. Like it's not a it's not a face of fear. It's a face of like motherfucker. Say hi to the people, Daisy. That's Daisy. You want to come up here with me? All right, we can do that. Oh, why'd you run away? Come here. Come on. Well, now you're being weird. All right, fine. Hell with you. Are you back now? You want back? You want up now? Don't mess up my camera. Get the camera all set up nice.
Oh. Ah, good.
I gotta.
Ways.
It's funny how I can just.
We have them tied.
Okay, now you're leaving again.
String.
Make up your mind, man. You want up or not? I love this bromance.
Get you dressed. Come on. You must have 1,000 questions.
Although a lot of fan fiction would probably tell you that it's not just a bromance. Alright, you cannot fault Ryan Johnson's eye here. I mean, these are beautiful shots. This is a beautiful cinematography. Look, I'm telling you people, I am here for cranky old Jedi Master Luke Skywalker. Oh. Again, that's a nice cool shot of the X-Wing buried. I love the look of this room, this red room. So cool. Don't really like Snoke as a character. I think he kind of sucks. But this room, this like, I don't know what you want to call it, like his Imperial chamber or whatever. It's magnificent. Why is it that Gollum, from like a movie from like 15 years before this, looked better than Snoke does here? Like, it's Disney money. It should be really good money. And I just think this digital thing of Snoke looks awful. It's one of my biggest complaints about the entire trilogy is Snoke. And the other big complaint that I have from the entire Disney trilogy is even though I generally like the movies, I hate that we did not get a reunion of the main three. The holy trinity of Star Wars: Han, Luke, and Leia. We didn't get a complete reunion of all three, and that bummed me out a little bit. As well as with Chewbacca and R2 and C-3PO. I wanted to see the whole gang together, and we never really got that, and that kind of bums me out. But but those are my two major complaints. But like stuff like the visuals, I mean, this I love this room. This room looks so cool, and I love the how they patch him up here on his cheek. Whatever that black stuff is, it just looks cool. The uncanny valley of Snoke just doesn't work for me. It freaks me out. Ooh, I also love these guards too. They're cool looking. Aha, Hope. That's the first time it's mentioned in the film. It is a theme for this whole film. It's very well written. I don't care what you nerds say. It's very well written. What I will criticize Disney for is that there did not seem to be a long-term plan among the three films. Sorry, I was checking on my dog again. There did not seem to be a long-term plan between the three films because everything that this movie pretty much follows what happens in Force Awakens and then expands on it, right? But then when you get to Rise of Skywalker, they like reverse a lot of shit that happened in this movie. And even though I kind of like Rise of Skywalker, I honestly haven't seen it since opening day, but so I haven't revisited it. I kind of liked it, but I will admit it's the weakest one in this in the series. And one of the things makes it a poorer film is that they do reverse like everything that happens in this movie, and it's kind of annoying. It's like this movie doesn't even happen, which I guess maybe was the point. Oh, blue milk time, baby. It's so unnecessarily gross. I guess it's green milk. Whatever. Oh, I love this. This is a cool shot of Luke doing some cool stuff. I just love how they're just showing how Luke is using his badass Jedi training to just do menial things. I have no memory of this part. I don't remember this at all. Oh, it's a tree. The Jedi tree, whatever the fuck it's called. I remember when the trailers first came out and you had that shot going in on those books. All the internet fans were just like, "Oh, what could be in there?"
You'll help. If
What
you
I
stay
like
calm.
about this Luke
All I
is that
ever needed here.
I love that he's so jaded, and I know people are like, Luke would never be like this. Luke would never. Guys, like when you get old, your personality can change by a lot, and some people get really cranky. Plus,
Right.
narratively, you set him up it's
Right.
boring to just have him come back and just be awesome Jedi Master, right? Because I mean, even Yoda, when we first met him, who was supposed to be an awesome
Read the
Jedi
future.
Master, was old and cranky. Not cranky, he was kind of
I can't do
crazy.
it.
Ha!
You're demoted.
Okay, here's another thing. So I love that this movie sets up as Leia as like a brilliant military
Get really
strategist,
nowhere.
and
How's
also
Ray gonna find us now?
she's trying to make
I'm
Poe
fucked by the end of it.
a better
Fire
leader,
away, Hope.
and she's
So
basically
she gets back, what's the plan?
We need
um,
to find a new base. One
reprimanding
whose
him
powers
for
get
all
expressed
the
similar
stuff
to
that
our
Han
allies.
Solo used to
Scattered
do.
in the outer
And
rim.
she doesn't want someone to turn into Han Solo.
Proximity alert!
I just remembered that this was released after Carrie Fisher's death, so it makes this a little more bittersweet. Oh, I love this scene. This back and forth between the mother and son, clearly communicating with each other because Leia is strong with the Force, and his hesitation to blow up the ship, but then someone else does it because he didn't have the guts, not the guts, but the darkness to do it. And then here's the controversial scene, the scene everybody hates, Leia Poppins. That's another thing. They explain in this movie why they can't. Like a lot of people are pissed off. Like, why can't they just speed up to hit them? Like they explain. Like their ships cannot go at the same speed that their smaller rebellion ships can. So they can stay just out of reach. Okay, here we go, guys. Leia Poppins. It wasn't that bad, guys. It's silly. I'll grant you it's silly. But come on. It's not sillier than Ewoks. By the way, when I was in Disney World, I went to Hollywood Studios and to Galaxy's Edge. We did not get to do Rise of the Resistance because it was, I mean, the line was like going to be 3 hours long, and then our lightning pass, we didn't get a lightning pass in time, and
Nothing
it's a
can
whole
make
thing.
me change my mind.
But I did get to do Smuggler's Run, which is basically you on the Millennium Falcon. If you have the money and the privilege and the opportunity to go, I would definitely suggest you do Smuggler's Run because you're basically like flying the Millennium Falcon, and it's so much fun. How can you hate a movie that is has such a nice callback to the original? Right, Daisy?
Sole survivor on the
Ah,
bridge.
yeah, they did kill Akbar in this. I forgot.
If she were here.
Laura Dern is a queen, and we will not
400 of
besmirch
us
her
on 3
or her
ships.
character. I mean, I've
We
been
are
in
the
love with Laura Dern
spark that will
since
light the fire
Jurassic
that
Park.
will restore.
Yeah, nub,
Now to your stations. Just be with
and
us.
also with you.
Not what I expected.
You expected a dude.
Where we lost our entire bombing fleet.
Snap. I love that they kind of set her up to be like potentially a villain. Like you don't know um, what her intentions are. And here we have Rose Tico. Rose Tico was very much improperly maligned in this film. I'm like, let's face facts, guys. A lot of the hate
What are
was
you
because of the
doing?
fact that she was a minority and a woman, and she had a prominent role in this film. I'm not saying all of you that hate her are like that, but
Sorry. I work behind pipes.
May the force be with
and
you.
also with you.
That's disgrace.
I love John Boyega. He's really good.
I can't move. I can't
They
move.
really did
I
do
know.
Rose dirty in
Whatever.
Rise of
We're
Skywalker.
taking her to the
Like,
brig and
big
turning her
important part of
into
this
I was
film, and
not
then like
returning. I told
absolutely
you.
my
nothing
sister.
in Rise of Skywalker. Like she had one line.
Fleet.
Blow that one up.
I like where your head's at, but no, they don't start
I
doing
love
this
his
till we know
responses
for
to just
sure.
blow everything up.
But if we sneak,
I wish they would have given Maz a bigger role other than just this little hologram. And I know people are all mad about the Master Codebreaker being kind of like a different being. The Master Codebreaker was a bait and switch basically. But I think one of the themes about this movie is luck, and it was Rose's luck that she ran into to Finn, right? It's going to be luck that whenever they try to get the Master Codebreaker, they end up with somebody else, and that things can go from good luck to bad luck pretty quick. It bothers me that Kylo Ren tells her whenever their minds are connected that he tells her, um, "Can you see my
Maintaining
surroundings?
my
I can't
blaster
see
intellect.
yours." That seems like a really dumb thing to admit to like
That's
someone
his
you're
job.
trying to find, because now she has an advantage that she knows that like she can be anywhere
What are
and
those things?
she wouldn't be able to see him.
Caretakers.
He wouldn't be able to see her.
They've kept up the Jedi.
It's a power that Jedi have that lets them control people and
Daisy has entered the
make
chat.
things.
Daisy Ridley just always reminds me of Keira Knightley for some reason.
breathe.
Also a Star Wars alumni. Alumnus.
Reach out with your
Alumnus.
feeling.
That's an awesome shot with the rocks and shit.
I did
See, it
to
starts
you.
here. He
Nothing to you.
inadvertently feels responsible for turning Kylo Ren to the dark side, and he's seeing here, right here, that it could corrupt somebody else too. Like it's all there, and people get so upset about this. Like he has a character arc, and he has good reason to be how he is. Just because, and here's the thing: the reason I think a lot of people hated this movie is because
Nothing I
J.J. Abrams has this really bad habit of creating mystery boxes and then not quite solving them. He did that a lot with Lost, and then The Force Awakens, while I enjoy very much,
still can't see
it
resistance.
built up a lot of mystery boxes, and fans had all these theories about what was going on with all these different threads. So when this movie answered some of them, or kind of did other things that they weren't expecting, they got really mad about it, and they got really pissed off. So a lot of these fans wanted to see badass Jedi Master Luke Skywalker flipping around, chopping down dudes, and that doesn't happen in this movie. Instead, you get something much more complex, and people just couldn't stand it. Also, that previous shot of Ben, of Kylo Ren, like in that silhouette, that was cool. I mean, look, that's a really awesome shot. And he's getting wet. That's neat. That's really neat. Alright, Canto Bite, what everyone hates.
Get out.
And I will admit that the sequence in Canto Bite maybe goes on a little too long.
Terrible place.
Uh, uh,
Worst.
and it does kind of seem like it doesn't seem, it is ultimately a failed mission, but I don't feel, and people are like, well, it was a waste of time, but honestly, like, I think it's cool if like you have failed missions sometimes, because you can't have everything always go your way. By the way, this shot here is a recreation of a similar shot from the movie Wings from 1927. It's really, really cool. It should. I'll see if I can edit a little bit of into it in here, but it's really, really cool. I like this little thing. I also love that in the original Star Wars we had the cantina, which was like this very low rent, situation with all these like thugs and gangsters and stuff, and this is the complete opposite of that, where there's just like a very high class, classy establishment.
They took
The
everything.
kid with the broom. Everyone hates the kid with the broom.
I wish
I also love
I put my fist through
the introduction of like war profiteering, because there would be war profiteering in a situation like this. I do seriously love this. They cast Justin Theroux just for this, and like he's not. That's his only scene. And I love that. Like at this point, you still think, well, maybe they're still going to get together with the Master Codebreaker once they get out of jail. But no, that was it. That was his scene. All right, I'm gonna get hate for this because I'm gonna hear it from the from the fanboys in the comments. All this stuff about Rey being a Mary Sue. Maybe she is. Maybe she isn't. But I just don't hear these people complaining when it's a dude. Like Harry Potter, Luke Skywalker, like these people that were just naturally gifted with no, previous training or anything. So Leia blames Snoke, but how did Snoke get to Ben in the first place? I don't. Do they ever discuss that? There's that bit about hope again. A legend, and Galaxy needs legend. They need hope. Also, for those people so before I said their ship is faster than the not the Empire, the First Order ship. But they're like, well, what if we run out of gas? Like, wouldn't they just stop working? No, because in space you have momentum, and your momentum's going to keep you going. This is like basic high school physics, guys. I know some people are based on Benicio del Toro in this movie, and Benicio del Toro is a capital A actor. He loves to, put some interesting ticks in his performance, and it's no different here. But I think I really like this kind of scummy character that he brings on here with DJ. I love that he's picking up the money. It's fantastic. Oh, those things are weird looking. Oh, that's unnerving. It may be the edible I took that's freaking me out with this, but they're freaking me out, man. Nah, it's the face. It's the face. Yeah, this doesn't. Those effects don't look good. No to Jurassic Park. Vertigo shot. Ah, with the face.
Why did you hate your father? Give me an honest answer.
One of the things I loved about the memes that came after this were all the swole Kylo Ren memes. I love the kind of Rashomon style of this backstory. You see Luke's perspective, you see Kylo Ren's perspective. So one thing that I think it's a criticism of Rise of Skywalker is that they set her up very good here to be kind of on the edge of potentially going to the dark side, choosing light, but it's always like a very big risk with her, and they set that up here. And then in Rise of Skywalker, they don't really follow that through. Apparently, there's another script out there that was originally written, and it was supposed to be titled like Star Wars Duel of Fates, which is a much better name than Rise of Skywalker. And they explore Rey turning to the dark side apparently a bit more, and that's one thing that I think should have been a little bit more followed up on in the third film. I love that Luke can sense something's up, and when he catches them, it's almost kind of like a dad walking in on his one of his kids being intimate or something and putting a stop to it. 'Cause, I mean, that's kind of what this is. This is even kind of weirder whenever you remember that initially the speculation was that they were going to be cousins, because she was going to be like Luke's daughter or something like that. And it's just like, man, can't have Star Wars without incest. But for the record, they're not related. I like how she initially starts to... Whoa! I forgot about that! I love that all his power is in being defensive, which is kind of a... preview to what we're going to get later. Again, how did Snoke get to him? Okay, there's another thing that people complain about, is that Luke is contemplating killing his nephew, and saying, Luke would never do that. Motherfuckers, did you not see Return of the Jedi? At the very end, Luke was very close to turning to the dark side. And it's not like when he made that choice, he was fixed forever. Like Luke is always fighting the dark side, because that's what... And he's able to win. That's what makes him special. And of course, I love how this mirrors Empire Strikes Back, because she is leaving, and he's telling her, no, don't do this. It's a bad idea. It's just like Yoda told Luke it was a bad idea to leave his training to go fight Vader. Hey, Yoda. Yoda looks so much better here than he does in the prequels. Pretty sure this is a puppet, right? I mean, enhanced with CGI, but this is a puppet, right? Just always do it with puppets. Puppets are better than CG. Always do it with puppets. Let me amend that. Come on, that's funny. Never his mind on what he was doing. Look, I'm not saying they use the technology like they used for Peter Cushing in Rogue One, but it would have been nice to see Obi-Wan here, you know? Maybe have Ewan McGregor in like Obi-Wan makeup or something. It would just, I just think it would have been neat. Because there's no reason he's not here. Like, and there's no reason within the world of Star Wars. Obviously, there's reason because, you know, because my man Alec Guinness has been dead for 30 years. But you know what I'm trying to say. Seriously, I think DJ is a great character.
I'm the good.
I really do love the cynicism of this character. Like Han Solo was a cynic, right? But not like this. This guy is just something else. Damn Poe. I never quite understood how they can get in and out of that shield. With that, you know what I mean? Because there's like, it seems like you can get through it, like with the ships, but like nobody's getting sucked out into the vacuum of space. I just never know how that works. I love how the movie sets you up to be on Poe's side, when in actuality he's doing something really stupid. Can't have a Star Wars movie without dressing up in the other person's uniform, in the other team's uniform. I love the evil BB-8. Alright, don't come at me in the comments about what his actual droid designation number is. I don't care. I love this room. It's such a cool room, even though Snoke is in it. I like how the movie like fools you into like, oh, he's not such a bad guy. I love that whenever you watch her, you can see her going pew whenever she shoots the gun. Another reason to love Lord. Oh, he's BB-9E according to my captions. Admiral Holdo. Great character. Sorry guys, she is.
Sure. May the force be with you.
And also with you. It just looks... the uncanny valley of it, it's just messing me up.
Rebels.
Godspeed Rebels is a saying. It's like they've already said it once in this film. It just did not take off, did it? They really did do Captain Phasma dirty. Such a cool character. She's the Boba Fett of this series. Cool character. Doesn't really do a whole lot. And now here's DJ's betrayal. And he tried to warn them. There's no good guys or bad guys. Womp womp. And guess what, guys? I'm glad he's dead. Because his character sucked. His character sucked. He should have been killed off. I don't care about his backstory. I don't care where he came from. Deal with it. Now, this is a sweet fight. I love this fight. It's really cool. So one thing here, so we find out that their whole plan was to, they weren't going to be, the Admiral Holdo knew that they weren't going to be tracking the small ships, only the big ship. So she was going to slip all the little ships out while they tracked the big ship, and someone was going to stay behind and make the sacrifice. But the thing is, Finn and Poe kind of screwed up the plan because the Dark Order would have flown right over the planet, not knowing where those ships went. But because of Finn getting caught and then DJ betraying them, they ended up causing more harm than good. So now the Dark Order is going to find them on the planet anyway, and that's what I like about it. Like, it's sometimes you have to have failed missions, and that was like that. But again, this fight here, this fight is so cool. Oh, there goes that guy's head. Alright, Star Wars geeks, sound off in the comments. The red dudes, first of all, what are their names? And second of all, like, their weapons, are they like lightsaber powered, or what's the crystal called? I can't remember what the crystal's called. Are they powered like that, like a lightsaber, or are they just like electrical or something? Because it looks like they have like a little lightsaber thing. Ooh, that was cool. Oh! Other than now that the red room has completely been destroyed. Another thing that people got pissed off about is this little revelation. Okay, that part right there. People got so mad. It's like, no, she's supposed to be a Skywalker. She's supposed to be a Kenobi or whatever. And people got so upset about that. And they got so upset that Kylo Ren tells her that. But here's the thing that I always assumed while watching this. I assumed that Ben is lying, that Kylo Ren is lying here. Like, why would you trust him to tell you the truth? He's manipulating you. Love this moment. I love this moment. This is one of the coolest moments, not just in this trilogy, but any Star Wars trilogy. I'm not saying the coolest moment, but one of the coolest moments. Also, Gwendolyn Christie. I wish we would have seen like go over her face, because Gwendolyn Christie could get it. Love. This is the coolest thing right here. I love this moment. Oh, it's so awesome! That's so awesome! Also, I wonder if DJ got out. Did we see what happens to DJ? Like, did he get caught in this and get killed? Or is he still there? I wonder. I wonder if it didn't work out for him after all. I honestly can't remember if they show him again. Captain Phasma's so cool. Traitor! It's a cool weapon. This is a really cool fight scene. I just wish they did more with Captain Phasma. Oh! That's cool. Great shot. Great shot of Carrie Fisher. Another great shot. I love that. I mean, this movie is full of great visuals. I love that he gives him belly scratches. One thing that this movie does lack,
They'll get our message. They'll come.
not enough R2. Here comes one of my favorite sequences in the film. That just looks so neat. It looks like he's walking, like leaving bloody footprints. Okay, probably the coolest shot in the whole movie, right here. Look at this. This is such a cool shot. The one from above is my favorite. Look at that. That's awesome. Bringing back the AT-ATs. And then, I mean, look how cool it is when they're shooting and then it hits the ground and then all the red, like, dust or earth flies up. It's so cool looking. Whoa! The Millennium Falcon flying in to save the day will never not be cool.
That piece of junk out of the sky! All fighters!
He really hates his dad. This is cool. I like this, like, underground cavern thing. This is cool. Here's what I'm gonna say about the Disney trilogy. I grew up with the original trilogy. I was a teenager, early 20s when the prequel trilogy came out. And, I, to say the least, did not like the prequel trilogy. But people who were like 9, 10, 11 years old and went to see the prequel trilogy, to this day, like that one generation behind us, they love the prequels. And they think they're great. They think they're flawless. So I predict that in another generation or so, the kids that were like 10 years old and when they went to see these movies are gonna like defend these movies to the death. And then here's Poe's character development. Here's his character arc. He learned he doesn't have to always be the hero. He learned that sometimes retreating is the best course of action. And he's trying to get his friend Finn not to follow through. One thing I will say about Admiral Holdo thing, a lot of that could have been prevented if she just told Poe what the plan was. And they were too busy trying to humble him instead of just telling what the plan was. I will say that. Love a hero's sacrifice, even though he doesn't actually sacrifice. He didn't know he wasn't going to be sacrificed. See, here, I thought that she was actually dead the first time I saw it. And maybe, like, from a story perspective, she should have died here. She should have died trying to save someone. I mean, given how she was treated in Rise of Skywalker, she may as well have died here. See, that looks like a death scene. Look at that shot through the window, the light through the window. It's really nice. I like how it plays with conventions because you see him here, and he looks younger than he did earlier in the film. He looks around the same age he did when he betrayed Ben. So it kind of makes you think like he gave himself like a little hero's makeover before he went out to war, but obviously we know what really happened. Again, I just wish I could have seen the three of them together with 3PO and R2 and Chewie, you know? And we didn't get that. And that's one thing I wish I wish I could have back. Mm, what a sweet moment. God, this is so cool. I love this sequence coming up here. Great shot. I mean, people wanted to see Luke kicking ass. People wanted to see him be like this. Oh, look at that shot, so cool. People wanted to see this like super badass Master Jedi that goes around kicking people's asses. But it's not. But it's not about adventure excitement, you know? Like Yoda said, a Jedi need not these things. He uses power wisely. Also, it'd been nice if instead of having them figure it out by himself, if Luke just said, "Hey, I'm gonna go distract them. Go." I love it. And in the theater, I was thinking, how did he stop that? But still, pretty cool. Look at that shot. It's like from a samurai movie. I mean, that's a little green screeny, but whatever. Come on. Again, there's that hope.
Lifting rocks.
Lifting rocks. I love this fight, even though it's not really a fight. I love that they're showing you about leaving the footprints, and they're putting it there. Look, you don't see his footprints. They're showing you right there.
I will not be the last Jedi.
Fantastic. Alright, that doesn't look great. Look, no footprints.
No.
It's right there in front of you. He's ready. He's ready to die. Look at him. Fucking hero sacrifices. I love him. Love it. I don't know why people got so mad about this. This is cool. This is him being a super powerful badass Jedi. And then the strain of it kills him. That's something he had to go across. He had to project himself across, you know, galaxies or whatever. You know, like great and ridiculous distances, and the strain kills him. And that. How is that not a badass ending to Luke Skywalker? I know Mark Hamill, I think, has said sometimes that I think he said that he didn't like his role in this movie, or didn't like how the movie portrayed Skywalker. I'm not sure. Maybe I'm putting words in his mouth. I'm pretty but I thought that was the case. Oh, and I love this double sunsets, just like in The New Hope. Like when he was born as a character as Luke Skywalker, he's out there looking out to the two suns, and then his death comes in front of two suns. It's beautiful. Come on, man. This movie's great. Again, I think because so many fanboys got so angry that their little theories didn't work out that they hate this movie. They are taking their sweet time to get the hell out of there, though. Let's go. I like that she pulls a Godfather 1 on him and closes the door on him. And there's R2. He really should have a better role in this film, though.
I'm Poe.
Here's another thing.
Right.
People can shit on Ray all they want, but when I was at the Hollywood Studios and in Galaxy's Edge especially, I saw so many little girls dressed up like Ray. So many little girls. Guys, it's important for little girls to have heroes too. As a dad of two little girls, it's important for them to have heroes, and it's cool. It was just cool to see all these little kids running around in like these Ray costumes. I mean, you should love that there's a new generation of kids out there that are getting into this stuff. And Mary Sue or no Mary Sue, it's cool that they have Ray. And then, I know people make fun of this, but it works. Talk about the hope. Talk about the spark that lights the rebellion. And you're gonna have, and you know, that maybe not every single person in the universe is force sensitive. It has to be a fucking Skywalker. This little kid from nowhere. Remind you of anybody? This little kid from nowhere who wouldn't never be connected to anything in the galaxy as far as, you know, rebels and fighting the Dark Order and Empire. He still be a part of this someday. And that is what's great about this film. The kid with the mop, man. The kid with the mop. Where's his action figure? Alright, that's it. Alright guys, so that was Star Wars The Last Jedi. In my revisit, I haven't seen it in about 4 years. Came back to revisit it this time, see what I thought of it, see if it holds up, or if it's as bad as people say it is. And I gotta say, it's not as bad as people say it is. This is a good film. When you get out of your Star Wars bubble and just kind of appreciate it as a film, it's a great movie. And it might be my favorite of the Disney trilogy. I still really like Force Awakens a lot, but that one does do a lot of retreads from A New Hope, whereas this is much more of an original story. They take way different risks. They take a different path that you wouldn't necessarily expect from a Star Wars movie, and that's fantastic. You guys don't always have to have the exact thing that you wanted. I mean, sometimes we really. I just got to the part where it says "In loving memory of our princess Carrie Fisher." Anyway, you don't always have to have exactly what you want. Sometimes you got to be fed something different to appreciate it and broaden your palette. And The Last Jedi is very different. It's a very different Star Wars movie, but it's a very good Star Wars movie. And look, I am totally prepared for the hate comments that this is bound to get from fanboys that really hate this film, but I don't really care. It doesn't bother me. I like this movie. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'm not sure what's going to be next. I kind of picked the last two movies based on like kind of thematic themes, based on some themes. Like the last time it was Harry Potter because Fantastic Beasts was out. This week was Star Wars because of May the 4th. I'm not sure what I'm going to do for next week. I guess you'll just be as surprised as I am. But I'm going to try to do these on a weekly basis and they won't always be movies I'm revisiting. Sometimes they might be. And I know this hair is ridiculous. Look at that. I've been doing this look at that. Um, it might not always be a movie that I've seen before. It could be a reaction to a very new movie that I haven't seen before at all. Again, if you're new to this channel, I'm gonna try to. I usually try to stick to like horror, fantasy, sci-fi, superhero stuff because that's honestly what's going to get the most views. But I do love a lot of classic films, and I have a podcast called the Essential Films Podcast. There are going to be links down below. Please like and subscribe because I am trying to build this channel. I am trying to make this something that's going to be fun for me to do on a weekly basis, and get this channel some more visibility. So every time you like or subscribe or share on social media, it'll help me out. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this review. Star Wars The Last Jedi, not as bad as you think it is. And I'll see you next time. Thank you.